Most of the time, we have a room full of leaders, and we'll ask, who wants to improve your ability to communicate? And every hand goes in the air. I think that's because most of us know that when it comes to our success in our workplace, our communication skills play a huge part in that. And it's actually even something that's been researched. One of my favorite publications, Harvard Business Review, said the number one criteria for advancement and promotion for professionals is the ability to communicate effectively. I've sat down with so many business owners and executives who want to promote someone, but they're concerned about their ability to communicate effectively. There's actually a very popular study that highlights this. It's actually called the Albert Moravian study. And this study is also known, and an easy way to remember it is the 55-38-7 rule. This rule surrounds the emotional impact of our communication. Let's look at the 55 first. The study shows that 55% of our communication at this level comes from our body language. Think about that for a moment. That's more than half. Now let's look at that for a second. I want you to think about this. If I put my arms in this position and I have no expression on my face, what does that convey? Maybe I'm unhappy, I'm closed off. Even if I were to say, you're my favorite person that works here. Well, my words may have said one thing, but my body language was completely drowning it out. Now, the second number is the percentage that our tonality contributes. We can talk loud, we can talk soft, we can crescendo, which usually sounds positive, or we can decrescendo, which usually sounds negative. Let me give you an example to the importance of tonality. I can say, are you having a nice day? Or, are you having a nice day? Same words, they just give off a totally different feeling. So if body language is 55% and tonality is 38%, that's 93% of our communication is nonverbal at an emotional level. That leaves us with only 7% being our words. Now, I don't want you to think that our words are not important, but I feel we often spend too much time rearranging our words to make it sound right without paying attention to the other 93%. It's important to remember that they're more likely to remember how they felt than what you said. So let's keep in mind the importance of our nonverbal communication.